Hey, today we're gonna bake a cheesecake. I'm very excited. Let's go. So, a while ago I got a package from Germany. My mom sent me some supplies and in it was this gingerbread cheesecake. This is kind of a cake mix situation. It's pretty easy. In here are all the dry ingredients like flour and stuff, and you just take your wet ingredients, put them in here, and you're good to go. Usually I'm all about that freshness, fresh ingredients, no artificial stuff. However, this was a present to me, to us, so I'm gonna use it. That's just how life is sometimes. Right, let's get into it. We need butter, eggs, yogurt, creme fraiche. So in here I believe to be 2 bags. 1 bag for the dough and 1 bag for the filling. Number 1. Number 2. This one will be the dough, this one will be for the filling. Another challenge will be the right sizing. These 2 bags essentially should make 1 cake for a 26 centimeter cast. However, I only have 20 centimeters. So what I'm planning to do is essentially make 2 cakes. I have 1 20 centimeter cast and I don't know, a little bit smaller, I guess around 15 or 16 centimeters. So if my calculations are correct, these 2 casts should give me the same result as a bigger 26 centimeter cast. Right here, it also gives us an alternative vegan recipe that I'd like to try out. So my plan for today is to make the bigger cast the normal recipe cake and the smaller cast the vegan recipe cake. I'm no math expert, but these 2 casts look like a 70-30 ratio, so the majority of the ingredients will go into this bigger cast and around 30% I will put into this smaller cast. We start with the dough, that's what I anticipated. 230 grams of cake mix into my bowl. Butter and egg. I like how they already give you a vegan alternative. That's something I'm missing here in Japan. Japan is making it exceptionally hard to not accidentally buy animal products. I'd like to talk about this later when making the vegan alternative cake. For mixing, I like to start out with a hand spatula and then follow up with the electric mixer. Yep, this is solid enough to go in with my hands. Now, this dough is gonna make up for the base of the cake and the little gingerbread stars on top. I'm gonna separate about 1/4 of the dough. Yep, that looks about right. The rest of it we're gonna use for the base of our cake. Let's put this in here. Spread the dough firmly and evenly. Awesome, that's where we at. We have a nice evenly spread bottom layer. The edge is around 2 centimeters thick. The package says it should be 3 centimeters, but I think there's a little tolerance in there. We should be good. Now for the filling. For the filling, we will have 350 grams of yogurt. It specifically says quark. I know it's a German thing. I know they don't have it here in Japan. The texture will be a little different. Instead of light and airy, it will be a little bit more juicy and flavorful. In the end, it's just a preference thing. I think there are a lot of Germans who will switch out the quark with yogurt by default, just because they like the yogurt texture a little more. Next up, creme fraiche, sour cream. Oh, this looks awesome. 2 eggs, butter. And not to forget the cake mix. Now the remainder of the 2 cake mixes will be used for the second vegan cheesecake. I should have microwaved the butter, I'm an idiot. While the butter is microwaving, I will take care of the gingerbread stars. Roll the dough out on this sheet of baking paper. This is spreading out nicely. 1 star. One more round. And the excess dough will go right into our cheesecake. Now that the filling is done, it's finally time to assemble the whole thing. Let's do it! Dough. Filling in. Woo! Put the gingerbread stars on top and we're good to go. Kind of weird that we're baking a gingerbread cake in the middle of the summer. I'm not too sure if that will work. For the vegan counterpart, I will just supplement the yogurt with some soy yogurt and the butter with some margarine. Japan is really good at not making you aware that you are actually buying animal products. Just because a yogurt is a soy yogurt, it doesn't necessarily mean that there is no animal products in there. You know, Japanese people, they don't necessarily view soy or oats or something like that as an alternative to an animal-based diet. They just like to eat soy casually. That's why they don't care that much if there is actual animal products in there. Our Western mindset says soy is an alternative to animal products. But like I said, Japanese people just like to eat soy casually. Japanese people just have soy in their diet casually. They don't have the awareness to supplement animal-based products with plant-based products. They don't automatically think, oh, that's an alternative to an animal product when they see a soy product. Simple stuff like margarine. There's really no reason at all to put animal products in there. But most of the margarines have emulsifier in there. The word to look out for is Newcasite. If that is written in the ingredients, you should be aware. This margarine also has emulsifier in there. However, it specifically says it's a plant-based emulsifier, so it is safe. Alpro also has my back. A lot of Japanese branded almond milks and soy milks have emulsifier in them. However, Alpro, you're doing a good job, no emulsifier, just straight up oat milk. Great. Yep, we're good. I made a critical error. There should be no yogurt, but almond milk in there. So I guess we won't have any gingerbread stars on this cake. I think it should be fine. I got most of the yogurt out. Or hang on a second. I'm gonna add some flour to this. It might be a little less crumbly than I'd like, but I think the taste will be unaffected. Yep, looks good. Just making sure that the whole base is covered. Now we're going for the filling. That's where the soy yogurt is supposed to go in. So we already have a little bit in there. let's just add like another spoonful. Plus the baking powder and margarine. Okay, like I've said, I've somehow messed up the base layer of the cake. Put yogurt in there, although you are supposed to put in just a splash of oat milk. So I had to follow up with a little bit of flour, and therefore we don't get any pretty gingerbread stars. Please forgive me. This is the final result, our two cakes, vegan, non-vegan. Now we have to bake these bad boys for around an hour at 160 degrees Celsius. Very international, isn't it? A German baking a German cake in Japan, speaking English. Never mind me talking, just cleaning up the mess I made. In we go. 55 minutes at 160 degrees. Finally, cake time. Having the regular cake and the vegan cake. Trying the vegan cake first. My wife already had a bite yesterday evening. Now they've been in the fridge the whole night, so I expect them to be even better. It's a little bit like pudding, alright? It's like a Basque cheesecake. It's pudding-like, a little bit jelly-like. And it's spicy. There's a lot of the gingerbread spice in there. Now trying the regular cake. Oh yeah, that feels a lot airier and a lot creamier.
Now trying that.
It's spicy, creamy, airy, sweet, sugary, a little bit grainy. It leaves a few grains in your mouth. So all in all, I would say it's a success. Very good.
Very good. Very good.
8.5 out of 10.
9 out of
9 out of 10.